Hey YouTube, welcome back once again to our Harley Day Rider. Out here on the lovely 2011 EG, or Electra Glide. This is the Electra Glide Classic. And you know, she's not a new bike, but she's my bike, right? That's the big thing. I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about, as I told you in the last video, we were going to have a new vlogging system, a new setup to do my my vlogs, my videos, my moto vlog, whatever you want to call this. And I thought that I would bring you into this today with the current Drift HD on the side of the camera, on the side of the helmet, and we're currently recording with that. As you can see, the view here that we currently have with the Drift HD Ghost. And this is filming at 720p. 720p at 60 frames a second. And what I want to do is I want to bring you into the new camera and the new setup. So my new setup, and I put this out to you a few months ago to ask what to buy, and you know, if I should buy this or if I should buy that. And we're going to show you here in just a second. We'll do a cutaway or a segment into the new vlogging setup. And some pros and cons, I guess, so far that I found. Alright, so right now, folks, we're going to switch over here to the new video. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There you are. Folks, this is the new vlogging setup here for good old HDR. This is the GoPro 3 Plus Silver Edition. And as I said, I put that out to a lot of you, and I had a gentleman say, well, HDR, why do you want to buy old technology? When I looked it up, the GoPro Silver, the 3 Plus Silver, came out in 2015. And I thought, well, hell, the bike is a 2011. So, I mean, come on, that's a couple years old. And hopefully the audio is sounding good on this camera here. We are using the Sena backpack with my Sena 10S communicator. And hopefully it's cutting the wind noise down. Now I can't tell you, I do have the wind filter engaged, and most likely from watching people's videos on YouTube, I'm going to post-process, and I will increase the volume, I'm sure, to give you a little bit more audio range. I really have to tell you that this is actually take two. Take one, I went out, I'm going to do the same trip that we're doing right now, and I went home, took my helmet off, and I found first thing that I didn't plug the external microphone into the Drift HD, so I had no audio there. And I was checking the angle of the GoPro camera on top of the helmet here, well, on the front of the helmet, to see, you know, where it was actually, and it doesn't look bad. I mean, we're seeing a good bit of the fairing that I know you folks like to see. But that really was irritating. So right at that time, Mrs. HDR was coming home, and I looked at her and said, you got to be kidding. She said, what? I said, I've been using this camera, this Drift HD, for a year and a half, and I've never forgotten to plug in the cable totally. Just totally forgot to even plug in the cable on the side of the helmet, you know, for the external microphone for the camera. So my stupidity shows you guys, be careful, check all your gear before you go out and make sure everything's the way it should be. I think I'm going to have to move my microphone over more in front of my face. I got to get it like around, it's like on the side of my cheek. So I'm going to look into that, see if I can't move the microphone over a little bit. Yes, I purchased the GoPro 3 Plus Silver Edition, and I found it on eBay. A gentleman was selling reconditioned models, factory reconditioned. So what the factory recondition, what is nice is it comes with a brand new 1-year warranty from the factory. So, and for the price, I mean, I really couldn't beat it. I thought it was really nice. Got to really watch here. So yeah, I thought it was really nice to have the factory warranty with it. I did buy the remote, so I got the remote control. And I can tell you, when you buy the remote, at least the one I got anyway, did not come with the wrist strap. So I had to order the wrist strap today separately, so I can strap that onto my wrist or to my handlebars here, and be able to use that. And I think in this particular mode, let's go back to the audio mode. The Sena Backpack has 2 audio modes to it. One is a noise canceling filtering mode, and what it does, it filters out the wind noise. And being I was, well, silly enough, dumb enough, when I did my take 1, I put all the video footage, and this is just like an hour ago. I went home, put the video footage on the computer, and looked at it, and I found that there was a lot of wind noise still with the Sena setup. Now, talking to Mike Killy 7, he said he uses UDH mode, which is ultra UHD mode, ultra high definition mode, which means there's no filtering and it picks your voice up a lot better. With the filtering mode, the Sena Backpack does some kind of algorithm and it cuts the wind noise. Supposedly, we'll see. We'll see what you're hearing when you're watching this. It's pretty windy. I mean, I'm getting a lot of wind blowing around me here. And the reason all this has come about, my earlier videos, you'll see that the wind noise wasn't a problem. Everything was great. The microphone, the Drift HD worked fine. And there was no wind noise, even with the external microphone. That's because I was wearing a full-face helmet all the time. And I may have to go back to the full-face helmet. I don't know. To do motovlogging with because of the wind noise. The full-face helmet is a wonderful solution because your microphone is in the chin guard, right? So you don't get all that wind noise. You can drive down the highway and talk perfectly fine, and I may have to go back to that. But that's why I wanted to buy the GoPro with the Sena Backpack to go with my Sena. Not only that, I also wanted to buy it for dual vlogging. I think it's a wonderful setup. I watch your vlogs out there, and, you know, Chris Caliente, riding the Goldwing, the Honda Goldwing. He does a lot of dual vlogging, and I love this stuff where he's talking and he's filming and he's talking to both 2 or 3 bikes. You know, Triple X Deadhead has done that with Sean Smoke, you know, where they all talk. He does it with Gabe, and I think that's a cool thing. I really enjoy that. And I want it with Mrs. HDR, and I want to be able to record both of us onto the camera, into the video. We've rode together before, and a lot of you said, well, why don't you mic up Mrs. HDR? And that would be a little tough with the drift in the current situation. Man, there's a lot of bikes down here today at the bullpen. It is not bike day. Bike day is Sundays. Today is Saturday. I think they're getting it in because they're calling for rain tomorrow. So yeah, I think those 2 guys are still sitting there. Was sitting there before. We're taking a ride up here to the lake. We've been here before. Really, that was really an asshole move. Assholes. Anyway, that's all right. Maybe he doesn't like bikers. Who knows? The one thing I noticed with this camera already is you don't catch as much as the ambient noise. You don't really hear the motorcycle. You don't hear the pipes as much as you do with the drift because the drift audio is always on. The way that the Sena Backpack works is just like with your Senas. It only picks up. It has what's called a box, voice-operated transmitter, a VOX, built into the microphone setup, so it only transmits when you talk, and that's a cool thing in itself. But it doesn't allow, like when I'm just riding, it doesn't allow for the ambient noise. I can turn on the backpack, but then you get all that wind noise all the time. It's going to flood out the audio anyway. So that's something to think about. Like I said, I hope the audio is working. Right now, let's take another look here as we're riding along at the Drift HD. We're going to take a look here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, here's the Drift HD once again with the Drift audio. We're looking at the Drift, and I noticed earlier when I took this video home, it's seeing, you can see the side of the GoPro now, where you could always see the side of the helmet, but you couldn't see the GoPro, so you can't see that now. Like a bug on my glasses. That was real nice. But we are currently taking a ride up here to the lake, and I will give you a comparison between the two cameras. And I haven't seen a comparison because the first video of my Drift though didn't have audio, so I trashed it. So that is what it is. All right, for right now, let's go back to the GoPro. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There's the GoPro back up. And we are seeing what we are seeing in the GoPro. How about somebody else out taking a nice little cruise with what I refer to as the gray-haired helmet. The gray-haired helmet is just that. It's gray hair, and that is your helmet. It is what it is. Have I ever ridden without a helmet? Sure, I have, and some of you guys probably can admit that maybe you have. Is it the smartest idea in the world? Absolutely not. I was a paramedic for 10 years, and you cannot fix a brain, folks. That's one thing you will not fix. They can mend your broken arm. They can mend your broken leg. They can even fix a blown-out spleen, even a damaged heart. But they cannot fix a brain. I think that's God's way of saying, don't mess it up. But who knows? All right, so we're going to take a ride down here. We're going to take a view of the lake. Once again, we're still on the GoPro video. Good old GoPro 3 Plus Silver Edition. And we'll take a look down here and see what we got. I'll put right back down here where I was before when I took this view. Okay, so here's the lake with the GoPro. You can take a view here, see the lake with the good old GoPro Silver. I see they're building a lot of new picnic areas, and I think that's really cool. I'll show you a couple more I've seen coming in of the picnic areas, and I thought that was really neat. And now we're going to go back 1, 2, 3. And there's the Drift HD right there. So there's the Drift HD video. You probably, or you may not be able to tell a lot of difference, and the reason is, to be honest with you, I am shooting the Drift HD will, the highest resolution it will shoot is 1080 at 30 frames a second. A buddy of mine, my old partner, told me that shooting at 60 frames a second, everything's smoother in the videos, and it is. So with that said, the smoothness is what I wanted. So I shoot at 720 because that's the best that the Drift will do at 60 frames a second. The GoPro 3 Plus Silver Edition that I have will do 1080p at 90 frames a second, but it's going to make the file size extraordinarily huge because you're also shooting ultra wide. Again, this is the Drift. You know, let's look at the Drift straight out, and now watch. 1, 2, 3. Here is the GoPro straight out. So let's see. I don't know if it's any wider. That's what I'm showing you. Is it any wider of a shot than what that Drift was? But anyway, so what I did was on the GoPro, actually, it is now shooting at 720 at 60 frames a second is what I'm shooting at. So be that what it is, you know, that's what I'm shooting it at. And right now, like I said, although Mike Killy7 said to record his audio, he does the UHD, ultra high definition. I am doing the filtered because when I went home and tested that video, there was so much wind noise. It was just pretty much what I had before, so I wasn't impressed. How you doing? All right, let's get out of here. We're going to get out of here, and we're staying on the GoPro camera now for the trip home. And it's always funny when people look at you when you have a full helmet on. They don't know you're talking to yourself. When you have a quarter helmet, 1/4 or a half helmet, 3/4 helmet, they can see you talking to yourself. They're like, why the hell is that guy talking to himself? But right down here, these are really neat. If this camera's going to pick these up, they're building new picnic areas, new pavilions. I think that is extremely nice. They're really putting some money into this park out here, and really, really nice. Really happy that they're doing so. When we had a dog some time ago, we used to bring him out here, the dog, and not anymore, but we don't have a dog now, and we don't bring the cat out because cats don't really go out like that. They don't go for walks. So you can see them birds up there. But, see, it's a new experience with the GoPro, and I hope that my videos are going to be a little better quality. I don't know. I mean, like I said, folks, I love my drift. And if you look at the last video, I actually had an offer. One gentleman offered to buy my current vlogging setup, my Drift HD Ghost, as well as the microphone. He wanted to buy all that gear. But I don't know if I'm done with it yet. Little bunny almost got ran over. I think he was under the bike at that point. But at that point, you just run over them. Don't swerve your bike. You're going to dump it. You know, you're better off to throttle it up and just run over the little bunny and bye-bye bunny, but save your body. But yeah, he offered to buy it. I appreciate that, and I will let you know if I am going to sell the current setup. I am not sure at this point if I'm going to sell the Drift HD setup or if I'm going to save it and use it as a secondary camera. I don't know. We'll see how this video turns out. We'll see what the differences are, and see. I mean, if it blows me away and I like it so much, I'll do that. Maybe I'll let the Drift go. But a lot of folks out there, a lot of you guys are still using the Drifts, and I love the Drift camera. I mean, it's done me a really good job. I've really enjoyed using it. So it's well worth it to maybe keep it. So, and I think, if you listen to Sean Smoke must have a whole case full of GoPros. I mean, just all different kinds of models, and he's been doing this for a while. I told you guys before, Sean Smoke, Mike Killy 7, and Triple X Deadhead are to me the pioneers of motovlogging. They are the godfathers of motovlogging. Watching those three guys is what got me started, got me interested in the hobby. And then I ventured off, and I started watching the rest of you guys, Holy cow. Can you go a little faster? I tell you what. Why don't you go faster and pulling a boat around a bit? Idiots. Anyhow. Yeah, and I watch a lot of you other guys out there. I've been looking for my buddy to come back. Crazy cool New Yorker coming at you. But, and hey, New Yorker, I've seen you post on some stuff on Facebook, and I know you're okay. Get that bike back out, buddy, and start doing some motovlogs. I watch Sam Smith, NC Stoney, and a lot of you other guys out there, and I watch you guys when you start naming people off, you're like, man, you can't remember them all. But it's hard to remember everybody, but I do watch everybody, so I enjoy all the videos. That's a nice place to park your bike. Why would you pull up there? You want it in the shade. So it's bikes in the shade. It's a good place to put it. Alright. We're going to go back the same way because I have to go home. I told my wife I would cook meatloaf tonight. So we're going to go back home here. And we're going to cook some meatloaf. So that's what I'm currently going to do. Go home, make some meatloaf, and get some food in my belly. Get kind of hungry. And hopefully both of these videos now turned out. We got everything together. And if you're watching this and you're coming to the conclusion of the video, then we must have made it work. Once again, I'm still on the GoPro camera, so and I don't know how much different the video will be. We'll just have to see. For me, the big thing is getting the angles right. And like I said before, I had about the same angle, and I was catching some of the... What the hell is that? Look at that big tractor, man. Now, what are we going to do? Jump it? But yeah, so I was catching some of the fairing, and I know you guys like... And I like to see people's fairings when they're going down the road. I don't just want to see road. But, so hopefully the angle's still good with this camera. I can look right down at it. That's pretty cool. I can see it's recording. I can see the red light on, so we know we're recording. Oh, good, you're turning. Thank goodness. That's one big tractor, man. But I did try, and this is one thing I didn't understand was, when I originally took the GoPro out of the box, I hooked it to my phone. And it was really nice because the phone, once you hook it to the GoPro, it tells you, I got a firmware update. Excuse me, it updated the GoPro camera, rebooted 3 or 4 times, and then it logged into the phone. I could see it, I could hit record, but now that I hooked it to my remote, I can't do that now. I can't see it. So what I'm saying is, when you put on your head, I like to be able to see it on my phone to adjust the angle to know, like, where am I looking, on the motorcycle. But it won't I guess it won't let you hook the 2 wireless devices at one time. Anybody out there with a GoPro, can you answer that? Let me know. I'd like to know that one. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I really, so far, hopefully if this audio turns out, I do like the idea of the Sena backpack. It's a lot less wires that you have to worry about with the microphone in your helmet, but be that what it is. And I was happy with that before, but I guess everybody's due for a change, huh? Alright, folks, I've been running this video way too long, so have a great day, everybody. Ride your own ride. Be safe out there, by all means. And if you are a moto vlogger, you haven't vlogged for a while, get back on that bike and start chit-chatting away, huh? We'd like to hear from you again. That is your call out. We will talk to you next time. Harley Day Riders going to be down and out in the lovely southwestern Pennsylvania. Bye-bye for now, everybody.